We're shredding pounds with the Celeb Fit Club doc. What your sexual fantasies reveal about your personality. How to get him to notice you with your eyes. Welcome to Life Love Shopping. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I'm Michelle Yarn. You know, we had the Oscars last night. Lots of big titles, movie titles, but there are some really cool hidden meanings behind the titles.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Also, this is the time of year where we kind of fall short on those New Year's resolutions.
Yeah,
fortunately. So we're trying to keep you healthy for 2013, and we'll tell you why laughing and chocolate and doing a good deed could keep you on track.
All right.
Yes.
Well, here's a question for you. Are you late, on time, or early? Because we all fall into one of these categories, right? And if you're always late, we have the why and how to fix it for real this time.
First, figure out what kind of late you are. Most people fall into these late type categories. The first category, the deadliner. You thrive on urgency and claim to work best under pressure. It serves as a way to relieve your boredom. Maybe you're the producer type. You're the one who needs to get as much done as fast as possible. You feel better when you're checking things off of a massive to-do list. Then there's the absent-minded professor. You're easily distracted. Anything from ADD to innocent flakiness. You tend to lose track of time, forget appointments, and where you put your keys.
All right, so once you figured that out, it's time to turn it around and get yourself on time for once. So before committing to a new routine, test out your new approach. So get yourself somewhere on time just once and see how it feels. Then once you've done that, relearn how to tell time. This means every day for 2 weeks, write down each task and how long you think it takes, time yourself, and then compare your time to the actual time. The next step, never plan to be right on time. Late people always aim to arrive on the minute, leaving no room for even a red light. So plan to be everywhere 15 minutes early. Next, welcome the wait. If getting there ahead of time kind of freaks you out, bring a magazine or make that follow-up phone call you've been putting off forever. And if you have a friend who is always late, make a deal with this person. Every time they're late, they have to pay for dessert.
I think that's a great option, because we all have that one friend that always drives you nuts, that shows up 15 minutes late every time.
And a lot of times they'll admit it, like they know they're that person, but it's kind of obnoxious. So you can even lie and tell them what time to be there, and you know.
I like that option. Multi-generational households are becoming standard in the U.S., especially with our aging population. And if you're trying to raise your kids while living with your parents, you've got your hands full. So here's some help. Set boundaries. Your roof, your rules, even if the grandparents are helping you pay the bills. Discuss who is allowed to discipline the children, and if so, how. Also, keep arguments between you and your spouse behind closed doors. Rules should apply to everyone. Forget the old saying, do as I say, not as I do. You have to set an example for everyone by following your own rules. If cursing is not allowed, then you cannot cuss, and neither can grandma or grandpa. Set an example. If your parents aren't showing you respect, don't dish it right back in front of the kids. Respond to their criticism with kindness. Teaching your children respect by respecting your parents will go a very long way. And don't forget the benefits. Grandparents make great babysitters. They're wise and they provide a wealth of family history for your kids. Their financial and emotional support can make a world of difference too.
Should I stay or should I go? Now, you might be asking yourself this question if you're contemplating a breakup. So who's more likely to call it quits first, men or women? Well, surprisingly, this battle of the sexes turns out to be a draw. Men and women are equally matched when it comes to considering their relationship exit strategy. More than a third admit to thinking about breaking up all the time. Another 33% say they sometimes think about it. Only 12% say they never think about it. And 20% say the thought rarely crosses their mind. Now, when it comes to calling it quits, what scares people the most? Regret. When asked what held most of them back from ending a relationship, 37% of women, 27% of men said they fear a lifetime of the coulda, shoulda, wouldas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the second most common breakup fear, hurt feelings. 18% of men and 12% of women stayed together for fear of hurting their partner. And the third scariest thing about ending it, loneliness. 11% of men and 14% of women were afraid of not finding another mate.
We were first introduced to him on the Rachel Zoe project, and now celebrity stylist Brad Goreski is everywhere. His client list includes Jessica Alba and Kate Spade. He just styled her new collection for New York's Fashion Week, and now Brad has teamed up with Old Navy, dishing up style tips for your spring wardrobe. Goreski is hosting 5 online videos featuring his fashion advice. The first video focuses on how to do denim. Other style topics include new ideas on how to wear hoodies, t-shirts, and dresses. But wait, there's more. His new season of It's a Brad World premieres March 6th on Bravo.
Do you want to know the secret to getting those notice me eyes? Well, according to makeup artist to the stars, Sandy Linter, it's all about the lip gloss. That's right, a dab of lip gloss on your eyelids will really make them pop. It's a tried and true makeup trick used by flapper girls in the 20s to make their eyes sparkle on stage. And today, you can try it to brighten your eyes and reflect light, like you see here. Just use a thick, clear lip gloss, and if you have to use color, stick with honey or mauve. You apply your shadow and liner first, and then you lightly dab a tiny amount just on the center of your eyelid and let it sit there, and then voila, shimmery, dewy eyes that scream notice me.
See, I'm thinking if you're out at night and you're desperate for a little lip gloss, there we go.
Easy to do. Yeah.
It's done. Goodbye, color. Hello, neutrals. While we're still looking forward to summer, fall fashions are already hitting the runways. Here's a look at what's on trend for fall.
Nemo in New York didn't stop Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week from taking fashionistas and celebs by storm.
It's always electric when I come to Manhattan and it's Fashion Week.
And they got some very creative people around.
I'm kind of loving all the leather. It's pretty exciting.
Loads of it come next fall. Lots of textures, fabulous houndstooth, and structured silhouettes. Colors, not so much.
After like so many seasons of bright, I think everything's sort of coming down.
Instead of thinking of the usual black and white, think also about adding some navy, some camel, and some gray.
Pants are getting slimmer and minis get a makeover.
The minis that we have been seeing have been much more wearable and fun.
And turtlenecks are still trending.
Rush out and buy a turtleneck because that is going to see you all the way through to next fall.
The fashion message, wearable.
The clothes themselves, the silhouettes, the shapes themselves are incredibly easily translatable into lines that women can't afford into their usual places that they go to the mall.
And when it comes to beauty, it's no different with easy to achieve looks. Go bold with fun eyeshadows or a bright, strong lip.
Yes, we're still seeing a dark lip moment, absolutely.
And when it comes to the hair, giddy up. Pulled back ponytails are swinging all over the place. Don't worry, it's easy to do.
It's a very clean look, whether it be low pony at the back of the neck or on the higher side. We are using a cognac flat iron to smooth the hair out. And then we're smoothing out all the hair around the face with the cognac crimping iron or with a blow dryer and a brush to give it like a clean look. Once we pull it back up into a ponytail and then just grab the hair, wrap it around and secure it like that.
The fall fashion and beauty forecast, fabulous.
It's tea time, okay? So check out these surprising facts about the ancient beverage. All tea comes from the same plant. White, green, black, that color actually depends on how the leaves are processed. Tea is the world's second most popular beverage. The only other beverage the world consumes more of is water. I would have guessed coffee, who knew?
Yeah.
And different teas have different brewing times and temperatures. The darker the color, the hotter the water, and the longer the tea should steep.
Your New Year's resolutions usually fall apart right around this time of year. Rachel Kay is here with a famous doctor to show you a new way to diet. Rachel.
He served as the diet expert on Celebrity Fit Club. Now he is on Rachel Ray and working with President Obama on his council in fitness, sports, and nutrition. Welcome, Dr. Ian Smith. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
We are so glad to have you. So how exciting is that to work with the President and the First Lady?
It's pretty awesome. And, I've actually played basketball with him and actually
Did you beat him?
hang out with him. Well, we were on teams, so it wasn't a one-on-one deal. But he's actually a pretty cool guy.
That's cool.
He's a regular guy who you want to sit there and have a beer and pizza with.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to be playing against the President.
Yeah, well, the Secret Service was there, but that was okay.
All right. Well, we've got to talk about Shredder Nation. It's taking over your new book, Shred. Tell us about it. How does the plan work?
Sure. So it's a 6-week cycle program. It's 4 meals per day, 3 snack options. People get a lot of food in this program. The average weight loss, we had 5,000 people followed over the summer before the book even came out. The average weight loss in 6 weeks was 20 pounds, 4 inches, 2 sizes. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Dr. Oz actually featured it. They lost 4 inches and 2 sizes when he gave the diet also. So it's a pretty amazing diet. The idea is very simple. We do 2 things. One, something called meal spacing. You eat every 3 to 4 hours.
Okay.
And the second thing is that keeps your hormone levels nice and stable. The second thing is something called diet confusion, which is we change your foods all the time to keep your body metabolism nicely revved. Now, people love the program because it's portable, meaning that, if you can't always sit down to have a meal, you can grab a snack, or you can grab a smoothie, a shake. We're going to make a great smoothie here.
Yes.
I love this. In the back of the book, we have about 20 to 30 smoothie recipes.
That's a lot of recipes.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I can't ever come up with something like, how do you know what to put in it? You just throw random fruits together.
Shred is very straightforward, very simple. Families love it. They do it together. I do these at home with my family because it's so easy. So this is going to be a strawberry peach smoothie smoothie. Now remember, whenever blending,
Yeah.
always put the liquids in first. So we're going to start with a
Liquids
quarter
first.
cup of milk. We have some soy milk.
Now, how many calories are in this?
This is less than 200 calories
Okay.
per serving. Serving's about 8 to 10 ounces, which is a little more than the cup. Then we put our scoop of ice cream in.
Okay.
Now we're going to put a 1.5 of
Peaches?
our peaches in.
You can use frozen or fresh, right?
Frozen or fresh, yep. It's nice frozen because it's nice and cool. Then we're going to have our strawberries. Okay, if they're frozen already, then you know, you can kind of drink them right away. You don't have to chill it.
Okay.
And then of course some ice cube. Put the ice in last because it sometimes will stop the blender.
Right. Now, do we
Okay.
care about sugars and carbs in these smoothies?
Well, not really because they're all good sugars.
Okay.
See, these are the healthy sugars, and so put it on very quickly. You know, in 30 seconds, you can make a big difference. What people like about smoothies is that with smoothies, because they're only 200 calories, the idea is that you get all the vitamins and nutrients that you need at once, and you don't have to eat all the fruits. Some people actually don't like eating all the fruits, and you can
That's
see.
true.
You can see it comes up very nice.
People don't want to eat the fruits and vegetables, and you can throw it in a smoothie,
Right.
and you get all the nutrition you need.
And this is it. And you know, you
looks
have
really
your
good.
smoothie.
And it has ice cream in it. Who doesn't want to eat a little bit of ice cream?
This is the kind of diet it is where you can have, you know, the SHRED program says you do not have to be perfect. It says that you have to do just a little better. And so people love the idea that they can have, you know, ice cream in some of the meals.
Right.
You can have, you know, lasagna and pizza and burgers and such.
See, the restrictions is what throws people off a lot because, you know, they think, okay, I'm going to go on a diet and I can't eat this, I can't eat that. But this is more of a lifestyle change, you would say, a lifestyle plan to follow?
It's called the SHRED diet. It's really the SHRED lifestyle plan.
Okay.
The biggest compliment is that people feel like this is something they can follow forever. I want you to be able to do what you can do and not feel like you are heavily restricting yourself because those diets never work.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much,
Thanks
Dr.
for
Ian.
having
We
me.
appreciate it. We got to drink some of that and get our SHRED on.
That's right.
All right. For more on him and his book, just head to lifeloveshopping.com.
Stay with us till plenty more to come here on Life Love Shopping. How watching funny videos and eating chocolate can do wonders for your health.
And why dancing is sending so many teens to the hospital and what you can do to prevent a trip to the ER next.
Welcome back to Life Love Shopping. Break a leg! Actors and dancers hear it all the time before they hit the stage.
But superstitions aside, dance-related injuries are on the rise. Take, for instance, this two-time regional Irish dance champion.
I have hip problems. My most recent injury was my upper quad. I had a sprain there. I have a crack in my big toe from breaking that and never letting it heal.
Gosh, and Lindsay is not alone. Researchers from Nationwide Children's Hospital found the number of dancers making trips to the ER is up 37%.
Wow.
Strains and sprains are the most common. In 2007, 8,000 children and teens were treated for some kind of dance-related injury. That works out to about 23 children every day.
And the numbers do not surprise trainer Eric Layton. The more popular dance gets, the more competitive it becomes.
So the moves are getting harder, but their bodies are also becoming taller, longer, heavier. So some of the impacts can be magnified.
His advice, get plenty of rest, always stretch and give your body time to heal. And to avoid getting hurt, learn the proper basics of dance first before taking on more advanced moves.
Could the spicy Mexican food you ate last night be the cause of your nightmares? Well, new evidence suggests eating a spicy meal before going to bed can lead to some wacko dreams. This explains a lot for me. In fact, eating anything too close to bedtime can trigger more vivid dreams because the food increases the body's metabolism and temperature. An increase in both of those can lead to an active brain. While you should be counting sheep, you end up spending more time in the REM sleep. That's the dream cycle with the most nightmares. And the scary dreams stand out because they cause us to experience more emotion, which is why they're easier to remember.
Want to put your best foot forward? Well, there is no time like the present. Here to help you make the most of 2013 is nutritional consultant Carol Cottrell. Welcome back, Carol.
Thank you.
So it's 2013. A lot of people, they've made their New Year's resolution, but they faltered. So how can we get back on track?
I think we just have to get going, get active. And being active means that you're alert. And being alert means that you're processing information better.
Okay, and when it comes to studies, you were mentioning something about pro athletes.
Pro athletes actually have better memory and problem-solving skills than non-athletes.
Okay, when it comes to boosting our mood, funny videos are important, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you know how you feel if you're having a down day.
Yeah.
And you put something funny on, and your mood is immediately elevated.
True. Well, you're looking at the cat helping with the laundry.
You go.
You cannot turn your mood around at that point. You also suggest at some point going organic.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Some studies in organic milk are showing that there's a 60% benefit to organic milk because of the essential fatty acids in organic milk. So that's a question I get a lot from my clients, is organic really worth it? In that case, I'd say it is.
Okay, so if you're going to do one thing organic, try the milk. That's a good way to go.
I think the milk and dairy.
Okay, you also say do a good deed. We're going to see video of Ryan Gosling here stepping in to break up a fight, but this is important for your mental health.
Think about how you feel. If you really just do one good deed, it's not that difficult. It doesn't have to be any earth-shattering thing. It may be smiling at the cashier.
True.
It's not a big deal.
Or opening a door for someone.
Exactly.
Or just saying thank you. You also say have more sex. Now, how can we argue with that, really?
Yeah, exactly. Have more sex and you have more brain cells. Do you believe this? They did a rat study on this, and the rats that mated frequently have more brain cells.
Okay, all right, I'm buying that one. Munch on macadamia nuts. I find this surprising.
I know, because we all used to think of macadamia nuts as the high-fat, high-calorie nut.
Yeah.
And it is higher in fat, but the recent studies are showing that it's also lowering cholesterol at about a 9.4% average.
Which surprises me.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So, it's like we were talking about earlier. Sometimes it's better to just take good, real foods in moderation rather than fad foods.
Yes. Okay.
And enjoy them.
And speaking of real food, eat more chocolate.
Eat more chocolate.
How can I argue with that?
Exactly. Exactly.
Same kind of deal?
Yeah. There's antioxidants in chocolate. I mean, obviously, when you eat chocolate, you have that feel-good thing going on.
True.
And so if you elevate the quality of your chocolate to a chocolate that's, more of a high cocoa content instead of fat and sugar.
Okay, Carol, some great advice to getting back on track or staying on track for 2013. For more simple ways to get healthier, just visit lifeloveshopping.com.
Well, coming up next on Life Love Shopping, find out what your secret sex fantasy says about your personality, plus the hidden meaning behind some of your favorite Oscar movie titles. To Life Love Shopping. All right, admit it, ladies, we all have secret fantasies we would love to play out in the bedroom, right? But what do those X-rated thoughts say about your personality? For instance, do you fantasize about having sex in public? What it means, you're a risk taker, something most people probably wouldn't assume about you from your buttoned-up outward appearance. Would you like to try role-playing? You fantasize about sexual scenarios with a storyline, naughty nurse, getting caught by a cop. You know what I'm talking about. What it means, you like drama, so don't be afraid of bringing it into the bedroom. And what about the swinger fantasy? You think about switching partners or watching your partner with somebody else. What it means, you tend to get bored easily and you'd like a little variety.
Or maybe you just need a hobby.
Yeah. Or maybe you're just a little freak-a-leak, and that's okay.
That could be it, yes. Well, sometimes all it takes is a good title to get people interested in seeing a movie.
It's true, and Morgan Miller from our news partner, The Daily Buzz, is here with the scoop. Hey, Morgan.
Hey, ladies, well, by now you know some of the biggest movie names from last night's Academy Awards, but where the heck do they get those names from? Like Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained. Tarantino actually got the name from Django from a 1966 spaghetti western by the same name about a gunslinger, and the Unchained, we're guessing, either comes from him being a freed slave or the 1959 film Hercules Unchained. Now, Argo was winning awards before the Oscars even got here, but what exactly does Argo mean? It's from Greek mythology. Argo actually refers to the mythical boat used by Jason and the Argonauts in their quest for the Golden Fleece. And we've all heard of Zero Dark 30, right? This is about bin Laden's escape from American forces in 2001. 30 is actually a military number for 30 minutes after midnight or any time between 12 a.m. and sunrise. The director says the title also refers to the, quote, darkness and secrecy that cloak the entire decade-long mission. Kind of cool. So whether you've seen the movies or not, at least you know a little bit more about the title in it. Well, that's it for me, guys. You can catch me on weekday mornings on the Daily Buzz.
All right, Morgan.
Pretty cool.
Very cool. Well, the Oscar statue is certainly the most recognizable symbol of the Academy Awards, but what about the gold envelope containing the winning names? It's just as iconic as the most valued statue in Hollywood. So who's the man behind the envelope?
Friedland Couture Communications is celebrating its 25th year, and it's always been a dream of mine to have designed the envelope. Really, the inspiration for the envelope was that we wanted something that was going to be timeless, but yet also have the glam and the luxe nature of the Academy Awards, the heritage of the Academy Awards.
And while Friedland may work for some of the biggest celebrity names in the biz, like Oprah, Tom Hanks, and Jennifer Aniston, it's safe to say Oscar is his biggest client. Friedland also creates the stationery for the Governor's Awards, the Nominees Luncheon, the Scientific and Technical Awards, and the Foreign Language Film Nominees Reception.
Wouldn't that be the coolest job?
Talk about a very niche business and niche industry, and the fact that he is one of the only people that gets to design the envelope for the Academy Awards.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, coming up tomorrow on Life Love Shopping, find out why your friends are sabotaging your diet and your exercise resolutions and what to do about it. Plus, we're playing Truth or Tale as we put some classic remedies to the ultimate test.
All right, that does it for Life Love Shopping today. We will see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Be good, everybody.